Oh, day 5. I can't tell if it was one of my favorite days or one of my most terrifying days, but probably one of my favorite days because finally we were out of this jungle. I mean, I got to tell you, just to get out from the roots and the sticks and the slime and the sweat, and it was, and now we're in a totally different environment.
We go out to Rock State Park, which is a beautiful location. It's a bunch of wooded trails, surprise, but there's a cliffside that is 200 feet up from the rock face extension that is like a pier that goes out over nothing. Just, it's amazing. There's a beautiful drop, but.
So we go out, there's a big storm scheduled, but they say it's not gonna last long. Well, we get out there and this thing, lightning and torrential rain, and it's just me, Cutting, and Ziegler. So we're sitting in the car waiting for it to pass, and we're like, okay, as soon as it's done, we're heading out there. So it finished, we go out there, and this is a scenic spot. A lot of people go there. It's the Queen Seat at a park. We get out there and I start setting up the drone, and even with this rain and stuff, people are immediately showing up and they're walking out there to the edge, like 2 little girls, you know, probably in the, I don't know, 15 to 18, walk out there and they're standing right on the edge, which is driving Cutting crazy. He's like, they're gonna fall, they're gonna fall. And I mean, it's 100 feet on one side and it's probably like 200 feet on the other side. So if you fall, you're gonna get seriously hurt, if not dead. And actually recently somebody did fall off and die.
It's also a popular place for tourists and other locals to just kind of hang out and talk and hike and talk.
Yeah.
Oh, alone, huh?
All right, ready? Yeah. Good.
So we had to wait them out, and then while we're setting up, another guy and his girlfriend show up and they're like, can I just take a second to come out and check out the view? And we're like, sure. So he actually proposes to his girlfriend, and she has her reaction. She takes some time to think it over, and so that takes a while. So we're finally ready to go. And this is no easy feat to get out to the shot that he needs, because in order to get Cutting way out on this cliff face, first you have to convince him that it's safe to do it. Second, you have to lug the gear out onto the rocks. Third, you have to have Kangas follow him out there as well, which it's really intimidating. It's really scary.
I don't really like to be out over a 1,000-foot fall where I can see down and you know, potentially be killed instantly. And Kangas is crawling all over the rocks because he's scouted the location. He's I don't think he was that happy about it either because of the danger there.
It is nerve-wracking getting out there. You know, I had to go out to the very edge. Cutting didn't go to the very edge. He went out as far as basically he was willing to go, and I ended up cutting him out and moving him digitally a little farther out. But then I had to go out and take the maps to the very edge and spread them out. And that was terrifying. I sort of basically crawled out there to do it, spread them out there. And then I sent the drone out there to sort of blow them off the cliff. And then we got those shots, and I would then patch that together later on with the other shots.
Visually, when you look out off this rock, it is, to me, 800 feet down, sheer drop. So I was just glad it wasn't windy or you know, terribly bad weather or anything, because you have to walk out on these rocks and it gets narrower and narrower. And then finally you're looking out over a 800-foot drop and there's this much rock beneath your feet. You know, it's granite, it's not going to break, but it's kind of like being on a diving board when you look down and there's no water in the pool.
That stuff went well. We had Looky Loos coming by again and talking really loudly, and we had to actually finally get, you know, Cutting actually asked a couple of them to leave, which they did, because they would just stand behind us and talk. Like they were done looking, but for some reason they wanted to stand on the trail right behind our shot and talk. So Cutting finally got them to leave. And action. And action. Oh, what? Don't forget it. Somebody in the background.